Do you enjoy your food? I don't. I'm eating way too fast. All food is gone in very short time, although I know I should be eating slowly. I know that I want to value my food, but for some reasons I don't value myself, my body enough to actually slow down and enjoy my food. And today we are going to draw on that topic. Food. We can keep it quite general and we'll wake the connections and neural connections by writing down words on that topic in 2 minutes at the beginning. And we are going to use the algorithm of 4 bodies. It is part of neurosynthesis model of Neurographica. And it works with the 4 bodies of our psyche: the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, and also the spiritual body. And I'm curious how these bodies work together in connection to my topic of food. I think I'll call it eating. And my goal is to start slowing down with eating and actually enjoy the food, eat as much as I need, and get most out of it by extracting the nutritions and by giving myself enough time for that. And since we are changing our neural connections with drawing Neurographica, I'm very curious to experience the result from today onwards. So you can draw with me the same topic, food, or call it enjoy eating, call it healthy eating, slow eating. I might actually call it slow eating. And let's start. So, I wrote down my topic, slow eating. And now I'm going to write down my associations in 2 minutes. Let's go. Wow, I feel quite depressed when writing these words. They remind me of eating together with my family. There was a lot of force. There was discomfort. There was the feeling of my voice doesn't matter. I'm not seen. There was always a bad atmosphere while eating. I felt not nourished, which was related to much more than food, not seen. I feel the need to escape as soon as possible. I feel weight, despair, force from outside. I feel like in a cage, prison. And I can tell you, I also feel it physically here somewhere. Some pain, digestion pain, which I always feel when I have eaten way too fast. And feel depressed, weight on my shoulders. Feel tight in my breathing. And yes, I'm looking forward for the change. So, how can you see that? I'm drawing here. This is actually a little bit difficult to see from here. Oh, from here, that's far away. We start by drawing our 4 bodies. Each of the body is one circle, like each of the body's information is contained in one circle. And the 4 circles are, we started drawing from, the first one is down, and then they are just on top of each other, like in this direction. We need the paper upright. And we draw their sizes intuitively. So first we draw a circle representing our body. Then we draw a second circle representing our emotions. Then we draw a circle representing our mind. And then we draw a circle representing our spiritual body. Wow! We can look at our drawing and see, wow, my actual body is like kind of a comfortable size, but I see a really big circle for my emotions here. Everything connected to what I felt in my childhood. All these things I just experienced while writing the words. Despair, not being seen, force, being in a cage, being invisible. It's all here. it takes a lot of space, and it's much bigger than the physical needs. Kind of yeah, it overtakes the needs. And my mind is also, like my mental body, very small, and my spiritual body very small and also detached. Now I'm marking like kind of the middle of these circles. Can connect them and see that they are crooked. But I want them to be like, for the energy flow, I want them to be in alignment with like a straight axis. And I'm going to shift my circle like to the middle axis, to my circles. So which, this is maybe a little bit back, this might be almost in the middle, this is maybe middle, and this might be the middle. And while I'm shifting them, I am also feeling with my hand like which size is needed. Which size do I need for my topic, slow eating? I definitely need my body, because my body needs to feel what's right for him. How much food, what kind of food, when will I eat, and how much time do I need to eat and to get the nutritions out of the food. So my size of the body feels quite nice, and I feel I really want to, this will be my straight axis, I want to reduce the size of my emotions connected with food, and I make them smaller. I mean, they can be there. I want to be enjoying my food, and I want to be grateful while eating that I have food and I have the choice to what I want to eat. And that's why I also want to keep my emotions visible, but I want them smaller than the physical needs. So what about my mental body? How big do I need it? How much do I need thinking when eating? Actually, I don't need much thinking while eating. Maybe awareness. Maybe let me think of awareness while eating. So that's, I need my mental body to be aware of the time, the kind of food, maybe make a plan when we are going to eat in the family, to plan food, regular food. Yeah, this is what I need my mental body for. And my spiritual body, I want to grow that because it's also connected to awareness, to the awareness of the moment. Being here and now, right now. This is equally important than the physical needs, as I say. And that feels right. I am here and now in this moment present, while I am eating. Whew, and I still feel my liver here. And I feel kind of excited in my heart. How do you feel? Did you make your adjustments to your circles according to you want these 4 bodies be active in connection to your topic? Because if you do that, you will be aware of physical reactions, of different thoughts, of emotions coming up. Like for me, like the emotion which is coming up is kind of hope. There's hope. It doesn't have to stay like that. I can change it. I create my impressions as I need them today, because I'm not a child anymore. I am not dependent on my mother's moods. I'm not dependent on her judgments. I'm not dependent on what kind of food she feels right for me. I am 50 years old and I can choose my own way of eating. I can stop judging myself. I can create a nice atmosphere while eating for my family. And now I'm connecting like all the circles to each other by rounding. You know how that works. We're rounding the intersections. And we're also creating lines. Because with every line we are creating new connections in our brains that will be wired in a way we want it to be wired. I want my hurry while eating rewired. I want my peace and quiet, my own peace and quiet, because it's only me who's creating the hurry. And I'm adding neurolines. Neurolines, as you know, are always organic. They don't repeat themselves. They are never straight. The straight lines are not something our brain understands. Since we are working on our neural connections, we are using a language our brain understands. Take your time while creating lines. I want the energy of the spiritual body here first. But you can start with in any part of the drawing. The idea now is to create one single integrated impression for our brain. I'm working on the connections right now to the background already. And I'm also working on the intersections between all the circles. And between all of the lines. I constantly check in my body, what does it do with me? Like this kind of upright movement feels really, really nice to me. It feels like here, it feels when I start drawing from here, I feel my feet being warm and the energy is coming from the earth up here through my body, and the energy of the earth is assisting me in my topic. I want more of that. I want the energy of the earth support me. Enjoying my food from today onwards. I'll be mindful when eating. And I also look forward to change the whole atmosphere on our family table while eating. Because obviously the issues I had with eating caused some issues with food and my child as well. My child, 12-year-old boy now, is eating in a speed that is completely unbelievable for me because it's so extremely slow. And this is his reaction on my topic, how I express it. So I'm also really very much looking forward to see the changes in this whole system, which is connected to my childhood uncomfort while eating. Woohoo! Yeah, love to see all that connections to the surroundings. All these connections tell me I am not alone. I am not alone. I am in communication. I am connected. And I am also seen. Because this is me. And I am in the middle of the whole field around me. And I'm dissolving like the shapes, the initial shapes, like my very big emotional body. I'm dissolving them in the background. Just using them and leading their energy somewhere else. So they don't have any power anymore. They are still there because they shaped me until now, and that's all right. They can be there, but they are not important anymore. So I made the decision to change these impressions today, forever. And since I know that these drawings work very well, I know that my impressions will not be the same anymore. I can even appreciate my childhood experiences of having been not seen, having lived in a forceful environment, devaluing environment. I can accept that as a part of my journey, part of necessary experiences for me on my journey. And bit by bit, I remove myself out of these cages, the past, which I still carry around 50 years later. And as soon as I'm ready to get rid of them, I am able to get rid of them. First thing is to get aware. If you get aware of your limitations, of your limiting beliefs, sometimes they are just dissolving by that awareness, what was going on, and the conviction of I don't want that anymore in my life. You can see that I'm now going over the lines again, and I'm connecting the intersections bit by bit. This is a very important work, because if you don't connect these intersections, you are not able to create new neural connections. They will be separate from each other if you don't connect them, and then they cannot go create new networks. That's why it's important to take the time it takes. If you think that something took many years and decades and was renewed by during every meal, for example, then it's quite okay to take time to be rewired. So enjoy the process of rewiring as well. Take your time, and also take some kind of paper and write down your physical, emotional reactions, and also your thoughts which come up. Like my thought at the moment is, I am in charge. And I tell you, I like that thought a lot, and I'm thinking that thought a lot. But obviously, I haven't thought that a lot in connection to my topic of eating yet. I am in charge. It is my decision. I create my life. These are my thoughts at the moment, and I like them a lot. What are your thoughts? Check them as well. Write them down if they are so unusual that you might forget them. Or you can also write them down to give them a stronger imprint by seeing them written down. I am in charge. Now I had a thought about self-love, which was a surprising thought. Self-love. Something I'm also in charge of, obviously. I am in charge of loving myself. I create my world. I am powerful, able. And while we are gaining new impressions, what happens most of the time is also that our minds and bodies will have objections, will face resistance. They will say, oh, that takes too long time. I will not draw anymore. That's nothing for me. We'll find excuses in the attempt to leave everything as it is. To run away, stay with the uncomfortable feelings, but familiar feelings. Our mind feels it is very uncomfortable to do something new. It can be dangerous. It could be dangerous. It's warning us by also giving us headaches, uncomfortable feelings, pains. Don't change anything. And you need to be aware of that when you're drawing carefully. This is what's happening. And if this is happening, means you are on the right track. You are creating some new impressions your mind is afraid of. Your system tells you, oh, alarm, alarm. Something is not the way it is. But I don't want it to stay the same way, so I want it to be different. And all the lines add up to this new impression. And we're gaining energy to solve our topic with every line. And with every connection. So face your resistance. If you feel you're having some physical symptoms like headache, any kind of systems, heart racing, whatever could come up, you can also ask yourself, what can I do to feel better? I can breathe deeply and give my body the signal that everything is fine, you are safe, I'm taking care of you, just creating new imprints You will still get food, don't worry. I'm taking care of good food anyway. But when I'm also taking care of slowing down, taking my time with chewing, having a good atmosphere while eating, then you will be having more of the food. You'll be you'll get nutrition, you'll be nourished. And you don't have to eat that much. And you don't have to overeat. And you don't have that urge for things that are not good for you, like sweets, chocolate, ice cream, cakes. We can have that once in a while. But it's not to make us feel comfortable anymore, because we are comfortable in our bodies anyway from now onwards. My body is the castle of my soul, and I want it to be healthy, well cared for. Whew. Yeah. Wow. I add more lines wherever I feel they are necessary, and I hope you're also doing that. If you have questions about your drawings, you can write me in the comments. You can also draw with me one-to-one, book a session on a certain topic, or also a series of sessions on a certain topic, because if you work on one topic with different drawings, you get deeper and deeper into your psyche, into your brain connections, and you can create the reality you want to experience. And that's a really, really good tool. The drawing, Neurographica drawings, is a very good tool to do that. Creating new impressions with your own hands, involving your mind, because you take the willing action to do that. Choose a topic which is most important at the moment, and then using the available tools, the algorithms, using the competence of an instructor to help you, or of a specialist, coach, if you feel overwhelmed with drawing yourself, because that can happen if we draw our topics which are really deep-rooted. You might face so much resistance that you cannot really do it yourself, because you won't finish it or whatever. You feel unable to do it. And this is all connected to our imprints, which we carry in our minds, which are usually, or in many cases, not at the level of consciousness. They rule us from somewhere deep in the subconsciousness. So I'm at the level of my body here. Feel the need to breathe deeply. Yeah, my body. I feel I still have too much weight. I want to feel lighter, literally physically lighter. I want to move more than I'm sitting around. In our part of the world, summer is still not coming and we're spending still lots of time inside. I'm going outside a lot, but not as much as if it's really beautiful and I can sit outside, and I can also draw outside, and I can do many things outside if the weather is a little bit more supporting as it is at the moment. Feel a little bit lazy to move. I always move, but I always go for walks every day because I have the urge to connect with nature. But I don't move my body as much as needed. I discover that. So maybe my mind can also make some plan of how can I get more action for my body. What do I want to do? So, are you progressing with your connections? Do the rounding well. Hoo-hoo, yes. Now I want colors. Energy of colors. Today I choose some markers for that. And I choose the colors intuitively, which will support my topic of slow eating. And I have the impression I want some nice and green on my emotional body here. And I'm coloring larger sections, 2 or more sections together. Yes, this feels nice. My emotions feel comfort with this color. And I feel that it's also extending down here to my body. My body also wants to have this green color, which feels nourishing and comforting. Great. Feel my heart beat excitedly. And it's extending down to the earth here. You can start from down, go up, or you can start from any part of your drawing where you like. The movement of color will be like upright, like we will focus on our 4 bodies. Yes. So we'll go up here. More green. And eventually, this is also going here. Up to my spiritual body. Wow. It's also getting green color here. And flowing here. Like I'm using it intuitively, like where does it feel right and where does it want to go? How big is it? And I suggest to make it bigger. Don't color 2 cells and 2 cells and 2 cells because you will create separation. Minimum connection is 2 cells. But it can be much more. Oh yeah, now I see it's going over here. And it is like a fountain spreading here to the sides. And basically see that, where it's going. And there's even more up here. Expansion of colors here, everywhere. And this color, in fact, I discovered this color a few days ago while drawing, and this color still tells me the same today as it told me then. It tells me you are exactly right as you are. Maybe that's why I feel so comfortable. You don't have to be anyone else. You don't have to fulfill anybody's expectations. You are right. This suits very well because I never felt right in my family, childhood family. So maybe this is also in the middle here. This is the middle line. Being right. And now I want some light. Is that light enough? Yeah, some light pink here. Ooh, tenderness. It feels kind of unfamiliar. Tenderness. Try to focus on my bodies now. I have some kind of weird feelings in my body, kind of contracting movements, like help, help. Now this is going out here, outside the body. But we're also taking the energy of the field to solve our requests. Yes. So this intellectual body has some other energy. Oh, wow. Some bright yellow here. It's like competing with my peaceful green. For some reason it also feels right here. Bright yellow. This step of the drawing is to add more energy to our solution by using colors that feel right. So what does that yellow is? What is that yellow? It's something unfamiliar, something unknown yet, something. It's some unfamiliar energy. Cannot name it yet. But I know I want it here as well. It's coming from down here. Feels a little bit like volcano energy, lava, divine lava maybe. Wow. Oh, how does that blue? What does that blue do? It's also nice. It's nice and supporting. Yeah, and it's also up here. This is kind of the airy, light, windy energy. Breathing energy. And also some blue wants to come to the side of the drawing. But where? Where does it go? It goes here, maybe? Here. It comes from up there. It's going out of here. Yeah, and it's also connecting this part. So lots of blue here. Yeah, air everywhere available. So ask yourself, what thoughts are coming up? How does your body feel? What are your emotional reactions? It's not necessary that you feel your drawing looks complete yet, because it isn't. There are still some more steps to come, and I also don't feel content with that drawing yet. But I know that it's not complete, that's why. It takes some time to make all the changes. Wow, I feel something is tingling inside, and I see this movement which is going through my drawing. So now I support this movement, and I grab a very big marker and I draw field lines which are going through the whole drawing and supporting it with divine energy. So I choose lines which are already there. I can also create new ones, like here, for example. I want to go up here. And I make this line the same thickness around, like on its way through the drawing, and I imagine it being a strong river flowing through my drawing upwards here. Very important now. Yeah, that feels really nice. I'm working now on the intersections again. I want this energy to flow everywhere in my drawing. That's why I take care of the intersections. very well, one by one. I need a marker which is medium. I combine the thinner lines and the thick line. This is even too fat. I think I need a thinner one. I'm eager to draw a second line, second field line. First, I work on the connections. Go up all the way. So now the second one, or a second one. You can have more than two, if you like. Take it from here. Lead it up, wherever it feels it wants to go. Trying to make it flow, organically flow here as well. So if it, now we can make it a little bit more flowing here as well. Wow, yeah, like those. And I work on the intersections again. How do you feel with the few lines on your drawing? Do you feel supported? I feel supported, I feel relief. I feel I'm not alone. I'm guided. And I like that. Feels relieving and joyful. It feels fun and playful. I can let go of a weight and of control and of being controlled, and I can act free, do it my way. Which impressions do you have? Which thoughts do you have now? Are your thoughts also related to freedom? Maybe they are related to completely different, most probably completely different impressions, because it's your life and your impressions. So find your own way of doing things. So I'm thinking whether I want more lines. No, I don't want more field lines. I want something else. I want to emphasize now my bodies. Like I want to emphasize all of my bodies as an affixing shape, because they all act together for my topic. Slow eating. I need all of them. I need my physical body, obviously. I need my joyful emotions. I need my mind, which is planning which one, which, where, what, how long, how. And I need my spiritual body, which keeps me in the presence. That's why I want to emphasize the outlines of all my bodies. Here they are already emphasized by the field lines. I want to make my body like my new body. My new bodies, my all 4 new bodies, which I created the sizes. They are adequate for my topic at this moment. And I'm going over their outlines as long as I make them really visible. They are my affixing shape altogether. And I want a pen which is really nicely working, so maybe I'll take that one. Go over them again. And even they might be bigger here. We're working on rounding our affixing shape. Everywhere. Now we bring the whole drawing to the state where we really like it. Beautify it. But I'm emphasizing on my affixing shape first. I want this to be outstanding. Most beautiful and also most efficiently working. So I'm using shading from inside. Bring your shapes to life. My drawing feels complete to me. I brought it to a state where I feel I get an integrated impression. And I like it. Feel satisfied and content. Add a little bit red here at the moment. A little bit red up here. Now I check what the drawing changed in my impressions and write down words in 2 minutes again. Let's see what happens. So my words changed. I have something like peaceful, slowly, flow, organic, contentment, digestion, nutrition, joy, in charge, I care, I am in charge, I am free, yes, light, freedom, self-care. So my transformed words show me that I successfully changed my impression. And now I'm looking forward to experience what it does in my next meals.